Hi guys, Sheena here. Just checking in with everybody. Thought I'd put out a little bit of video, talk a little bit about something. Today I'd like to talk about um, using our potentiated energy, using our talents, our inner wisdom, and our intuition. And what is intuition, right? I feel like sometimes we don't always really know what this stuff means until we begin to experience it. I haven't always worked with intuition. I definitely have always had that inner voice within me that was there, that was speaking to me. However, I did have to get out of my own way in order to really learn to cultivate the ear to hear intuition. So, how do we get to these places of being able to use our inspired wisdom to make change in this world? And it's something I want to keep working with, keep talking about, keep building up awareness around, because I do believe a lot of us are out there sitting dormant right now, or maybe we're feeling like, how could I be more involved? Or how could I have a bigger voice? Or how could I help more with the things that are going on? Because there is a lot going on. And perhaps there's always a lot going on. But right now seems like a really good time to take action. And I am a big believer and I'm a big activist in really trying to build and communicate and talk to my people out there that are feeling this sort of want and push to do more. I want to do more all the time. I am always working to do more. But how do we help these bigger causes right now? Like, how do we really engage with things that we don't feel like we have the power to engage with? I'm here to say I think we absolutely do have the power to engage with them. And I think it starts with intuition. It starts with purpose. It starts with heart. It starts with getting to our voice. So some tools and some practices to get to that voice are meditation. We talk a lot about that. Intention. Intention is the practice of building awareness surrounding mindfulness, like everything we do, everything we interact with, everything we see, right? This sort of idea of our outward reality is a projection of the inward self. So then we learn to communicate with that outward energy because we start to see that it is a part of our inner world. So if what's happening on the outward is something that challenges us or we don't like or irritates or frustrates us, we turn inward and say, how is that projection a message of something internal that I need to be aware of? And that's that communication, right? As we begin to interact with that more regularly, we get in touch with a part of ourselves that is able to clear up that world and start to project the world that gives us safety, security, and then even more joy, peace, love, right? So then those things, we got to kind of work through that space of getting ourselves feeling safe and secure, and that foundational work of building up our values. But then we get to that point where we can feel like, okay, now there's peace and joy and higher vibrations available to me. Once you get to that point, you're interacting with that intuition, and there is purpose in there, and there is acts of service, and there is duties and responsibilities. And at that point, we are able to engage with the larger collective and see our point of influence and build our sphere of influence. So that is where I would like to speak to that collective energy and building ourselves to that space of use and service in each and every one of us. I think that's huge right now. And I think each one of us have our own sort of point of interest, our point of influence, and that has a lot to do with our experiences, our perspective, our life experiences, our everything that built us up to be where we're at. But once we get to that point, then we kind of use all that to vibrate what it is that is the most useful from our point of influence. So if that resonates with you, if you're starting to hear something in there, keep practicing those tools of meditation. Keep getting yourself to those high vibrational practices like yoga and tai chi and reading and community and connectedness and spirituality. Keep practicing, keep digging your toes in, keep moving into those higher vibrational spaces to get you to that place where you start to feel your authenticity, your connectedness, your strength, your power on that higher vibrational scale. And that's kind of how we get to those places where we're able to really impact humanity. And I absolutely see people doing it every single day. I feel more and more inspired, closer to my authenticity, and I know that we're here doing it in this world, and I know that a lot of us believe that, okay, right, everything is as it's supposed to be, and we're moving towards those spaces, but we all are inspired differently at different paces and different rates. But if you feel activated, if you're feeling that activation, stand up right now. I'm telling you, use your communication, use your words, use your power. If you feel challenged by the outside world, if it feels like an opposing viewpoint, keep leaning into it. Figure out how to communicate with kindness. Figure out how to even step into some of those challenging debates, those challenging conversations with kindness and compassion, right? And understanding. And let's keep moving. Let's keep striving into new ideas, into new perspectives, into collective thought processes. Let's step out of the stuff that feels like it's just patterned, or it's not our identity, or it's not authentic, and keep moving into those next vibrations. And I think that's what's moving this vibration. That's what's getting us into these new spaces. And I just want to talk about that today because I'm working myself on how to communicate in a kinder way, to really not be aggressive or unkind towards ways of being that I don't think are healing the vibration, and instead really focusing on, okay, what do we do? How do we activate? How do we keep moving forward, or holding the space and the vibration rather? Like, how do we keep doing that? And I'm really working in those new spaces. So at the same time, I hope you're doing it. And leave a comment. Please interact with me. If you're watching my YouTube, comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you'd like to bring some topics to the table, I'd love to talk about more. I'd love to interact more. I'm just happy to be able to have a platform to share. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.